All right, guys. We have about half of the class here. All we had to do is rejoin. I don't know why only half of the people rejoined. We'll give them a couple of minutes and then we're going to start.
Yes, Miss Amanda.
Honey, I didn't mean to hit you. You can mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault, sweetheart. All right. Remember, after 5 minutes, the attendance does not count. So we will give them up until 8:40 and then we will start. I want you to think while we are waiting. I want you to think about the essential question and how can words lead to change? Okay. I want you to think about how words can lead to change based on what we read. All right, anybody have an idea? We'll answer this question while we're waiting for them to join before we do the literary terms. Does anybody have an idea how words can lead to change based on the story that we just read? No one? No one has an idea? How can words lead to change? How did Elizabeth Cady Stanton make words lead to change? Okay, tell us, Muhammad.
Her dad was a lawyer, and I think she told him like to make when Elizabeth grew up, she made rights for the women to vote, and
That's
she
exactly
died,
right.
and still women's vote.
That's right. She died before the women got the right to vote, but her words and when she spoke to people is the reason that women were allowed to vote. So she used her voice and her words to stand up against something she did not believe in, and she led to a change. Women were given the right to vote. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to take a picture of the attendance now, just 1 second. And we will begin. We're going to do the literary terms for the week, so you need your notebook to write those literary terms in, okay? All right. Okay, let's start with the literary terms. Our first term this week is reread. Now, I know everybody remembers what reread means. If you remember reread, raise your hand. Okay, fantastic. Good, lots of hands going up. Okay, I think everyone in class should have their hand up for this question. It shows me that they're paying attention and that they are ready to participate because everyone should know what reread means as many times as we have taken it. All right, Jada, tell us, what does reread mean?
To read again.
That's exactly right. It means to read again. Okay, let's make this small and put it on the side here. All right. So reread means to read again. This is correct. Thank you, Jada. Okay. Just 1 second while I check the waiting room one more time before we move on. Okay. All right. We have students who came to the first meeting, did not come to the second meeting. Your names are reported daily to Mr. Osama and Mr. Hatham, who are keeping account on attendance. You guys, it's really important to be on time and to attend your meetings. Okay, so reread, again, we said, means to read again when we don't understand something. We go back and read again to help us understand. Okay, all right. Author's point of view. Author's point of view. Who can tell me what the author's point of view is? All right, let's see. Reem, tell us, what is the author's point of view?
Is his or her position or attitude about the topic of their selection.
That's exactly correct, okay? It's the author's position or attitude about the topic. All right, so it's the author's position or attitude. So this means the author's position means what the author thinks, okay? It's what the author thinks. It's the way he thinks about something, or she, if the author is a woman, about the topic that they are talking about, okay? This is the author's point of view. We have a narrator's point of view. We have an author's point of view. We can have the character's point of view. Now we are talking about the person who wrote the story and the way that they feel or think about the topic that they are writing about. Thank you, Rain. All right. Next we have biography. Biography is our genre for this week. Oops, did I go 2 pages ahead? I think I did. 1 second. I have to move your name box to get to the bottom. Oh, nope, maybe I have it in the wrong order. Just 1 second. Where is biography? All right, I guess I'm missing biography. All right, let's do biography together. Biography. It's on page 214 in your book, biography. Who can tell me what a biography is? I have lots of hands up that have been up since the very beginning. So if your hand is up and you do not know the answer, please put your hands down. All right, biography. Rugmini, tell us, what is a biography?
Is the story of a real person's life written by another person.
That's it. You got it. All right, the story of a real person's life and it is written by another person. Not written by the person that is being talked about, it's written by another person. Okay, very good, Rugmini, thank you. Okay, next we have captions. Who can tell me what captions are? We've taken this word before, we took it also in grade 3, so everybody should know what captions are. All right, let's see. Yusuf, what is a caption?
Unless you unmuted me instead of Yusuf.
Oh, suddenly somebody put their hand down and your name moved. Go
Uh,
ahead, Yusuf.
the order of events.
No, that's not captions. Captions, what are captions? Let's ask one of your classmates. Wahba, how about you? Tell us. What are captions?
A caption is a sentence that tells you what is happening in the picture or diagram.
Okay, so it's the words written near a text feature. It can be a photograph, it can be an illustration, It can be a map. It can be a diagram. It can be a chart. And those words that are written next to it, words written next near a text feature to tell you what the text feature is about. Okay, so it's written there to explain to you what the text feature is about, what is in the map, what is in the photograph, what is in the diagram. Those words are written to explain to you. All right, now next we have primary source. Okay, this is the first time that we've taken primary source. Primary sources, let's have someone read it from your book. Muhammad, read primary source for us on page 214, please.
214.
Yeah.
Primary source. Primary sources are original works such as diaries, letters, or documents created at the time of the event.
Okay, thank you very much. That's correct. Okay, so our primary source is a letter, a photograph, a diary, a painting, something that happened at the same time as the event happened. So it's considered to be primary, it's considered to be proof of what happened at the time. Now we have people who, for instance, imagine when the Titanic sunk. Remember the big ship that hit the glacier and it sunk? If someone was taking photographs on the boat at the time, these photographs would be considered primary sources because they happened at the same time that the event happened when the boat went down. Imagine that someone was writing a letter to their family as the boat was going down, and later someone found this letter. This letter would be considered a primary source. Primary sources are things that are created at the same time that the event happens, okay? All right, so primary sources are original, meaning it was made at the time, not a copy. Original works that were created at the time of an event, okay? Created at the time of an event. It could be photograph, it could be a letter, it could be a diary. You know how someone writes in their book every day about events that happen. It could be a drawing. Imagine if someone was sitting on the dock of the boat and drawing a picture of the events as they happened. Okay, and other things. It can be other things as well. There could be newspaper articles. Okay, all right, that's primary source. The last thing that we have this week is Latin and Greek suffixes. All right, who can tell me what a suffix is? What is a suffix? Abdurrahman, what's a suffix? Hello, Abdurrahman. Hello, Abdurrahman.
Hello.
Can you tell me what a suffix is?
Oh,
Do you remember?
nope.
All right.
Hi, Miss Amanda.
Let's see, can I see?
Miss Amanda, your mic is not open. Miss, you are muted. Miss Amanda, you're muted.
Okay, I hear you. Give me time to unmute it. Sometimes the mic shuts off. It's okay. All right. Leanne, what is a suffix?
A suffix is a word part added to the end of a word to change its meaning.
That's correct. Okay, remember we took suffix in grammar and we added er or ly or able to the end of the word, and it changed the meaning of the word. Now, some of the words that we're going to talk about this week have suffixes that are added to the word that come from the Latin and the Greek language. Okay, so we'll explain more about that as we take them, but what we need to remember is that for Latin and Greek suffixes, Latin and Greek suffixes are word parts added, oops, sorry, got it, there we go. Word parts added to the end of words that are from the languages Latin and Greek. So the Greek language and the Latin language, okay? All right, so that's all you need to know for now, is that we have endings that are added from the Latin language, which is a dead language, not spoken anywhere, and the Greek language, which is spoken in Greece, okay? All right.
Miss, can I have time to write this?
I'm sorry. Guys, please did I not mute the mics? Because we don't talk across the class. We raise our hand. Okay, we raise our hand to speak. Let me mute all of your mics so that you have to raise your hand to speak because we don't talk across class. Okay, so now I will also post these literary terms if you did not have time to write, which is fine. I will post this for you on Smart School and you can write it there. When we do the Latin and Greek suffixes, we will explain more about the word parts that are added, okay? All right, so we're going to move on. Again, I told you I will save this for you and I will post it on SMS for those of you who did not finish writing, okay? All right, now we're going to do grammar review next. So everybody needs their grammar textbook. I'm leaving this up for you while we get our books for grammar. For those of you who are writing, we are on page 336 today. We will continue our review. 336, adjectives that compare. Okay? All right. Put this down. Let's make sure that this was saved so I can post it for you. Let's just do it again. File, save as, desktop. Okay. All right. Now, on page 336 in your language arts textbook. Page 336, language arts textbook. We are going to do adjectives that compare. Mohammed, Tia, Hamza, and Reem, your hands are up. Do you have a question? If you do not have a question, please put your hand down. Hamza, what's your question?
Miss, I'm sorry I left in this session and the last session. My Wi-Fi is bad, so it kept kicking me out of the meeting.
Okay, that's all right. Thank you. Okay. Tahir, what's your question?
Which page?
336. Yes, Farida, what's your question?
Oh, I was gonna ask the same thing as Tahir.
Okay. Page 336. Guys, I already announced the page.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm going to call on people to answer. Please be prepared and ready when I call on you to answer your question. Okay, I think a couple of you have bad connection because I'm trying to mute or unmute and I cannot. So I don't think that you are connected. Mohammed, your question?
Miss, will you call on us or raise our hands?
I just said I'm going to call on you to answer, as you really need to pay attention. You guys asked me the same question I just answered within a minute of answering. So you guys really have to pay attention to what's being said, please. Okay, let's start. Read number 1 for us, please, on page 336. Yusuf.
Who is the greatest American
Inventor. Which word in the sentence compares? Which word shows that we are talking about two or more than two?
greatest?
Exactly, that's right. Very good, thank you. All right, Wahba,
I mean,
number,
greatest.
Yes.
yes, honey, greatest is correct. You're right. Wahba, read number, let's move on
2.
down. Let's go down the page. No, I don't want to read number 2. I think that this is too easy for you. This is only picking the words out that say ER or EST. And of course, all of you know that when we compare, we use ER and EST to compare. So I think that this is too easy for you. You guys are much too smart for that. So let's take a look on number 11. Read number 11 for us, please, Wahba.
Number 11.
Yes, please.
Music on the stage sounded clearer or clearest than music on a gramophone. Clearer.
Clearer, right. And we chose clearer because you're comparing what?
2 things.
2 things. What 2 things are you comparing?
The music on the stage and the music on the gramophone.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you so much, Wahba. Tia, number 12.
Music on the stage sounded brighter or brightest of all. Brightest.
Right, it's correct. Very good. Thank you. Okay, because we're talking about all of the different types of music. So brightest, when we use of all, we use EST. Thank you, Tia. Tahir, number 13, please.
Yes, is swing music, music oldest than rock and roll, older.
Older, right, because we are comparing how many things? How many things are we comparing, Tahir? Hello, Tahir. How many things are we
Uh,
comparing?
we are comparing 2 things:
That's right. What 2 things are we comparing?
swing music and rock and roll.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. Okay, Ragmini, 14.
Yes,
14, please.
of course. Is folk music harder to play? Is folk music harder or hardest to play than pop music? Harder. Is
Harder,
folk
right.
music
Go ahead. Harder is correct. We are comparing two things. What two things are we comparing, Rukmini?
we're comparing two things, folk music and pop music.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, Reem, 15.
Moody Guthrie seemed the kindest of all the kindest of all the folk singers. Kindest.
Kindest, right, because we're talking about all of the folk singers. So we use kindest. Thank you. Okay, Pilar. Pilar, number 16, please.
Yes, Samantha.
You do number 16?
Yes, he wrote songs for the younger or youngest of his children.
Okay, which one is the correct answer?
Young, 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 youngest,
Youngest is correct.
youngest.
Correct. That's correct. We're talking about all of his children. So youngest of his children. Thank you. Okay. Muhammad, 17.
Hello, Miss. 17. Does a viola play lower or lowest notes than a violin? So we're comparing two stuff, a viola and violin.
Okay. Lower is correct. Thank you.
Lower.
Okay, thank you very much. Lower is correct. Viola and violin are being compared. Muaz, 18.
Yes,
Number 18, please.
I think low notes are the loudest of all.
Loudest is correct. Remember, when we use of all, it means we're talking about everything, so we use EST. Thank you, Muaz. Medic.
Yes. Number 19. I think the mandolin sound is softer than a guitar.
I'm sorry, can you say it again? I don't know why, but your voice is cutting in and out for me.
Okay.
Say it again.
I think the mandolin's sound is softer than guitars.
Okay. Softer is correct. We are comparing two things, the mandolin and the guitar. All right. Number 20. Jumana.
Yes.
Number 20.
A violin is lighter to carry than a
A cello.
cello.
Okay. How many things are being compared?
Violin
And
and lighter.
no. The violin is being compared to what? A violin is lighter or lightest to carry than a cello.
Lighter.
Lighter is correct. What two things are we comparing?
Violin and cello.
Excellent. Very good. That's right. We're comparing the violin to the cello. Okay. All right. Omar, you do not have a working mic. Please check your mic, as you must have a working mic during the meeting. There is no mic next to your name, which means your mic is not connected or turned on. Please check your mic. Okay. Let's move on to the next page. We are on page 337 now. We're going to go all the way to the bottom. We're going to do 21 to 25. Okay? Number 21 to 25. All right, number 21. Jenna, read number 21 and spell your answer, please.
Okay. Charlie's electric guitar is
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. We're on 21. Do you have the page, Jenna?
yes.
Okay, page 337, number 21. Can you read the sentence?
Miss Amanda, I read it.
Honey, I can't hear you. Read it again, please.
Okay. A
Drained.
swamp. A drained swamp may be the ugliest land of all.
Okay, ugliest is correct. Tell me how to spell it.
U-G-L-I-E-S-T.
Excellent. Very good. That's correct. U-G-L-I-E-S-T. When it ends in a Y with a consonant before it, we change Y to I before we add ER or EST. Ugliest. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. Jada. Guys, don't turn on your cameras unless I asked you to. Jada.
Miss Amanda,
Hi, honey. Do number 22, please.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Honey, do you have the page? We're going to run out of time. Do you have the page?
Miss, yes, I have the page.
Okay, read number 22, please.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Someday I look of water made by our problem. Use the correct form to.
Yeah, you have to tell me how to use big in the sentence. Someday, a lack of water may be our blank problem.
Very.
We're adding ER or EST. Will we use bigger or biggest?
Bigger.
Okay, and how do I spell biggest?
Biggest.
Yes.
B. I-G-E-S-T.
Okay, when we have one vowel and one consonant at the end of our word, we have to double the final consonant before we add ER or EST. So B-I-G-G-E-S-T. Number 23. Thank you, Jada. Number 23. Adito. 23. Water forms a swamp in the blank. Water from a swamp is the blank water of all.
Tastiest.
Okay, spell it for us.
Tastiest.
Okay, very good. All right, next. 24. Basil. Swamps may be the blank way to get rid of pollution.
Swamps may.
Honey, I read it. Listen, swamps may be, we're running out of time, guys.
E-
Swamps may
easy,
be the blank way to get rid of pollution.
easiest,
Easiest is
easiest.
correct. That's right. Spell it for us.
Asyist.
Okay. When a word ends in the consonant and Y, what do we do to the Y before we add ER or EST?
EST.
Okay, let's take a look together. When there's a consonant S and a Y at the end, we change Y to I before we add ER or EST. EASIEST. Okay, you guys have a sheet on this for review tonight for homework. All right, so let's see, ISO. Number 25, people who pollute are the blank people I know.
Yes, miss.
Number 25, people who pollute are the blank people I know.
Longest.
Okay, the word is rude. If you see at the end of the sentence for number 25, the word is rude. So would it be ruder or rudest? Do you have your book open, Ansel?
Yes.
Okay, number 25 says, look with me. People who pollute are the blank people I know. The word in parentheses is rude, so it would be ruder or rudest. Which one?
Longest.
Honey, the word is rude. At the end of your sentence, it says rude, not long. So it's either ruder or rudest. Are we comparing two things or more than two things? Hello, Aisha.
Rudest.
That's right. Rudest is correct. Okay. We drop the E and add EST, rudest. Okay, guys, we have less than a minute and our meeting is going to end. We did not get to the page